Ever since he was shown in the very beginning of the series, he has been filled with mystery, fans wondering who he was, and if he had a greater involvement in the plot of the series. Though he has hardly been shown in the series since his initial stint in the beginning of the manga, we haven't really seen him at all. His name had been revealed to be Druout. Now, what if I told you that this character was actually a former captain in the Clover Kingdom military? There's actually evidence for this in the manga, and this is a video that I've actually thought about making for nearly a year. But now, we're finally here, let's get into it. Thank you guys so much for all the support, and welcome back to the channel. This is Broku, and you guys are killing it with all the support, all the subscribes, the likes, everything. It really means a lot. So if you guys do enjoy this video, please leave a like. Let's shoot for 2,000 likes on this insane Black Clover Theory. Also, you can join my Discord and follow me on Twitter, and don't forget to turn on the notifications. But I do want to thank Raid Shadow Legends for the sponsor. Raid just hit their 2-year anniversary with a load of anniversary events and tournaments going on right now. If you move quickly, you might still be able to catch some of these special events and get your hands on some free gifts and rewards. The schedule is absolutely jam-packed until the middle of April with insane anniversary events and tournaments with anniversary-sized prizes to win. I've been playing Raid for a long time now. My favorite champion is Madame Ceres, a dark elf witch. Not only is she cute, I guess, but she's incredibly powerful in the battlefield. Midnight Ritual is her most powerful skill. It removes all buffs from the enemy team and decreases the attack and defense of them. This leaves the whole lot ripe for the taking. I also like Tyrell, the shiny armored-clad high elf, who's as alpha as it can get. For me, the best part of the game is the wide variety of champions that can be used in the game. Raid's huge already, and their whole anniversary event makes it an awesome time to join one of the biggest gaming communities out there, so don't wait around. If you want to get a huge start in Raid, all you have to do is hit the link in the description, and if you're a new player, you'll get your free epic champion, Jotun, who is amazing for the Doom Tower. You can get 100,000 silver, 50 gems, and the 3 ancient shards so you can summon awesome champions as soon as you get in the game. Look at this cool champion you'll get for free. You will find your extra rewards here in your inbox for the next 30 days only. You can find me in the game under the name Broku72, and if you're quick enough, you can join my clan. It's just easy as that. Just click the link in the description below, and you'll see me in game. That being said, thanks for the sponsorship, Raid. Let's get into this theory. So we met this Druout in the beginning of the Black Clover series because he is the Grimoire Tower headmaster. He oversees the yearly operations of the Clover youths receiving the grimoires in the area of Hajj. Fun fact, it has been shown in the anime that Druout is also the headmaster of the magic school within Hajj. Now we don't really know too much about him. It seems he might have some form of communication magic, and also he knew what the 5-leaf clover grimoire was. Now the thing we don't really know is if he knew about Asta's grimoire specifically, as it being Lix, but maybe he was the one who found it after Lix had died, and Libe was sealed inside of it, and he was the one who placed it inside the wall. Or if he just noticed that it was a 5-leaf clover grimoire and just knew of the legends of a 5th-leaf clover. Personally, I would say that Druout knows far more than what has been shown. As when Sister Lily and the father were badgering him about having the grimoire, they weren't badgering him about having a 5-leaf clover grimoire. They were just wondering how he had a grimoire and wondering if it was even a grimoire at all. This is what is said in the manga. The book he obtained, was it really a grimoire? Druout answers, I have no idea. And they're like, what? And he says, since I don't know, I decided to let the mages and the magic knights handle the problem. Then he thinks to himself, that grimoire, could it be? So, this shows that Druout does know something we just don't know. And this shows that the Sister Lily and the father were not freaking out about it being a 5th-leaf clover grimoire. They're freaking out and wondering if it even was a grimoire. So it's actually very interesting, and this is probably because the father and Sister Lily had no idea that it was a 5-leaf clover grimoire. We have to remember, the grimoire is so old, tattered, and dirty that not even Asta could tell that it was a 5-leaf clover grimoire, which again further makes me think that it was Druout that found the grimoire after Lasita's death, and then placed it in the tower wall, probably placing it there knowing that it was a 5-leaf clover grimoire and likely tied to forbidden devil magic. But what is crazy is that it is possible that Druout is actually a former captain of the Clover Kingdom Magic Knight military. I say this because, well, Druout is actually a very popular person that lived in real life, and Tabata loves to take popular names and take their themes and symbolisms and add that into the Black Clover series proper. Like the Faust name. The Faust family in Black Clover. They were a family of devil worshippers in the series, drawing in the parallels of the story of Faust, which was a story in our world, in which Faust was someone who made deals with devils. As for the name Druout, the name was popularized by Antoine Druout, who was a French general in the French Revolutionary Wars and Napoleonic Wars, which I find interesting because a lot of European history and mythology is featured in the Black Clover series. I know that in terms of the design of a lot in the Clover Kingdom, France was a huge influence. So, Antoine Druout, being a French military man, a high-ranking one, lines up with a lot of what Tabata has already featured in his manga. Druout was a great military commander and leader, even being dubbed, pardon my French, La Sage de la Grande Armée, which means the Sage of the Grand Army. So I think it's very interesting that he is called the Sage of the Grand Army, because sage is an often used term for somebody who is like an old wizard, or a sage is like named for something that is actually somebody that is really knowledgeable, and more so wise rather than knowledgeable. And Druout, being the headmaster of the school and the master of the Grimoire Tower, essentially making him the master of magic, it really works out here with Druout's name from real-life history. Even in his artwork of Antoine Druout, he has a similar patch to that of Julius Novachrono, the Wizard King, and for you early Black Clover Fanlation only fans, the Magic Emperor. Well, Antoine Druout was a captain but quickly rose the ranks to that of a general, eventually directly serving the Emperor, Napoleon. Antoine Druout survived all of his many battles in multiple theaters, and retired from the military in 1847. In his retirement, he would directly try and help veterans, and help people join the military. This is something that also parallels Druout and Black Clover. He's the master of the Grimoire Tower, the Grimoire Tower always being one of the pillar steps of becoming a mage and joining the Magic Knights. He is the headmaster of the magic schools that would then also allow the development of people's magic prior to the grimoire process. It is also quite interesting how straightforward Druout is with those in Hajj gaining the grimoires. He's telling them that he wants one of them there to become the Wizard King, despite the fact that not a single person from Hajj had ever even become a Magic Knight, let alone becoming the leader of the Magic Knight army. Welcome, young men and women. You each will begin walking down a new path starting today. I wish you faith, hope, and love. I am the master of this Grimoire Tower. We haven't had a Wizard King from this area, nor have we had one achieve greatness by joining the Magic Knights. I sincerely wish that someone among you will become the Wizard King. I'm serious here. Why is he so forward on them becoming Magic Knights, even though nobody has? Wouldn't that get really old every year? Begging people to become a Magic Knight and then nobody does? I mean, maybe he saw Yuno come from the Magic region and land on the front of the church. Maybe he saw Asta disappear as he was launched forward in time and then discovered him many years later. Or, if my time travel theory is just wrong, he witnessed the events of Licita's death. Wouldn't it be interesting if Druout was a part of the Magic Knight squad that was sent out to kill Libe when the citizens called for help from them? What if it was Druout that was leading the squad? Maybe after Licita saved Libe, they were trying to track him down, and they only saw Libe once it was too late and he was sealed in the grimoire. This caused for Druout's final mission to help Sekret oversee the grimoire. Again, he knows something about this very grimoire, even though nobody can see the 5th leaf clover on it, because it's too dirty. But he has to know far more about it than what we know. I think that Druout is just pushing so hard for the young, budding leaves of the Clover Kingdom to join the Magic Knights, because he himself was a successful Magic Knight, possibly even that of Captain rank. Just like Antoine Druout from our world, and Antoine Druout would go out and he would help people with the military and join the military when he retired. That was something he was notable for. Just like the Antoine Druout from our world. Again, if Tabata can base the Faust family off of Faust from the story and our world, then I think it makes very likely that he did the same with Druout and Antoine Druout. Now, I just find the naming convention alone convincing, but the fact that Druout urges the youth to join the military as the Tower Master and the Headmaster of the Magic School, it just makes too many parallels to the real-life Druout, which, with how much influence France has on the creation of the Clover Kingdom and Black Clover, it would just be perfect here. Now, I know some of you are probably going to bring up the fact that, oh, of course he's going to say, I hope you become a Wizard King, I hope you become a Magic Knight, because they're getting the grimoires. That it kind of is the first step to becoming a Magic Knight. But you guys need to remember that there are going to be people who don't want to become Magic Knights. They want to be, maybe they're a pacifist. They want to just have a family. That's it. You also have to remember that the majority of people, they don't become Magic Knights. And also remember, it is in this society, it's one of the themes of the show, magic is everything. Jobs, you need magic to have a good job, essentially. So these kids are going to the grimoire, not to become a Magic Knight, because they need a grimoire to have a career. So it's weird to further harp on them becoming Magic Knights if the majority just need the grimoire so they can actually just, live a life, because that's what's needed in Black Clover within the Clover Kingdom. Now before this, I always wondered if there was much more to Druout, as he fits the Odin archetype. Not only is an old gray to man, but he looks like a wizard. He's likely strong with magic, given what his titles are, and also, Odin is known for his magic knowledge. Druout being the master of the Grimoire Tower, the very tools that allows mages to use complex spells adds even further to the archetype, especially with him having forbidden mysterious knowledge of the 5th Leaf Clover Grimoire. Even further, Druout can't open one of his eyes. Odin is known for only having one eye, so I always make connections between Druout and Odin. While I still recognize this as a possibility, I don't find it that likely anymore. I feel like as if he was Odin or a similar archetypal character of a god who wanders the realms of mortals, that we would have seen more appearances of him in the series so far. The only way I see Druout being something like Odin or Wotan or something similar is if Black Clover goes on for at least as long as Naruto or One Piece, 700 chapters or 1,000 chapters or more, or somewhere in between. Because if that were the case, we're not even close to even being halfway done with the series, and thus his build-up could start at a later date. It would still be satisfying. I think it was much more likely that Tabata took inspiration of a real-life military commander and used it for his minor but important character in his creation. Let me know what you guys thought of this theory down below. Don't forget to check the pinned comment for Raid Shadow Legends down below as well. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like. Let's shoot for 2,000 likes on this theory. I want you to comment down below, do you think Druout was a former Magic Knight or a former Magic Knight Captain? Let me know. Please subscribe, turn notifications. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Plus...